Hi everyone, it's the Academy of God, and I wanted to share today about self-help. Now, for those of you who've been on a self-help journey, you may have noticed that usually when you read these books or watch the videos, you get a sense of high and you feel very encouraged, very motivated. But then, a couple of hours later, or maybe a couple of days after that, it just goes away and you're back the the status you were in, the state you were in before you watch this video or consume these books about self-help. And sometimes it can even become a very spendful journey where you need to always buy a new book, always have to look for another video to give you that high, that motivation that you need to continue pushing yourself in this self-help journey. And the reason for that is because when you do this kind of self-help, you're actually seeking your encouragement and motivation from the outside. And when you do that, it always run out because you take something from the outside, you put it in, but then when it's all used up, you feel empty and back again to where you began. And then you go back again, look for another seminar and another book or whatever, but you are never content. You are always looking for another high. It literally becomes addictive at some point. And sometimes it even makes you feel like you're literally doing something or progressing when in reality you are basically doing nothing. You're just going from books to book or videos to video. Not in every cases, but in some case, this is what people do. They get the impression that they're actually changing, transforming, when in fact all they are doing is just going from videos to videos and books to books or seminar to another seminar. But what I want to propose to you is a different approach, because what we want to do as sons and daughters of God is to actually take our motivation from the inside out. We want to take it from the spirit, not just from the soul, because the soul is where the emotions are. So when you take it from the souls, the emotions, you feel very happy, very confident or whatever. But then the next day or the day after, something may happen and then you're down again. It's like a roller coaster. But from the spirit, it's where you are in a state, an eternal state of joy, peace, when the Lord says that He has given us His peace, not like the world does, but His peace that never goes away. This is from the Spirit. So, we want to go from the Spirit, where the Lord is, where God is inside of us in our spirit, and from there, as we get in a deeper relationship with the Lord. Why? Because our spirit comes from God. So when you get closer to God, your spirit feels nourished. And as your spirit is nourished, it starts to expand and expand its boundaries to your soul. And in that way, your soul also begins to enjoy the state in which your spirit is. So your spirit, who is in a state of joy, expands its boundary to your soul. Now your soul starts to feel joyful, and then it goes to your body. You start to feel more healthy, more energetic. You feel like you have more energy. And the difference between this approach and the one with seeking your motivation from, it can even be from sports. Like sports is very healthy and is very good for the body. But then when you seek your high in that, what happens is you always feel empty inside at some point. It's like any addiction. The more you take it in, the less it is effective. So you start to put your basically your faith or your trust in. It can be sport, it can be books or whatever to get your source of motivation, of high from it, but it always run out. You're like a bucket always full, filling itself and emptying. Uh, But when you go from the inside out, it's like a flow. By being attached to the Lord, it's like a flow which is always it is always flowing because you're always connected to God. And we can even take inspiration or an example from the life of David, whom, even though he went through very difficult times, like you had the King Saul who wanted to kill him, or even at some point his own son wanted to kill him, and he was running away from them. We can read in the Psalms that he used to encourage his own soul where the emotions are. Why? Because he was speaking from the perspective of his spirit. So he wasn't subject to the roller coaster emotions that his soul was going through. He spoke from the spirit and he encouraged his spirit. He spoke from his spirit and encouraged his soul to actually get better, to improve the emotions. And that's where we want to be. We don't want to be living from the outside in, depending on other people's videos, books, seminars to motivate us, or even on situations or things that happens in life. We want to take our source of motivation from the inside, our strength, energy, all of it from the inside, from the Lord, where He dwells in us.